Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is Christine and I was I was in between whether or not to write a text or do a video regarding the situation that is currently happening in St. Martin. And I started writing, and the more I wrote, like it started with one or two things and then it just became longer and longer. I'm like, okay, might as well just do a video instead. So when I started writing, I had two things that I really wanted to point out, and it is the role of government and the role of the community. So currently we have someone that is well known that basically is going through a mental breakdown due to substance use, and it's very sad. It breaks my heart to see the recordings and to see the state that this individual is in at this moment. And it's also, even in like in this, there's something kind of beautiful that still came out of it, where most people within the community are speaking about, you know, being very mindful of mental health, and to be very sensitive about what is going on. Not everyone is on that mindset, but most of the posts that I've seen are in regards to that. So kudos to those that are sensitive, that are being very careful with what is going on. So the two things that I wanted to talk about was the community's involvement in mental health in general, and government's involvement. And I'm going to first start with community. So with the community, a lot of times when we talk about mental health, we think about someone going crazy, yada yada yada. Like, we still have that negative connotation when it comes to mental health. This morning I woke up with him heavy on my spirit, and I watched the video last night, and first I digress. But I woke up with him heavy on my spirit, and I'm like, this didn't just happen today. So you don't know how long his family, his loved ones have been dealing with his situation, right? That's one thing we have to be mindful of. But the reason I mention community, sometimes we tend to go through these things and we keep it to ourselves. Like, we keep it taboo, we keep it within the family, whereas it's very important for you to seek out resources, seek out help, to see how you can go about it. And with that being said too, if the person does not want to be helped, there's nothing that you can do about it. If they refuse treatment, there's nothing that the family members can do, because they have the say over what goes on in their lives. Some people might say that, why the family didn't do this, why this person didn't do this, but they cannot do anything until, like here they call it, in the States they call it the Baker Act. I don't recall what they call it back home, but it's the whole procedure where you hold someone against their will until they get better. But once they get better and they say they want to leave, you cannot contain these person, because this is where human rights kicks in. So that's one thing, a little background on that. But the community in general, now that this isn't at a higher peak, like everyone is talking about it, because these things we all, we talk about it and then it goes quiet. This is where I would like to challenge people to go and do a tour at Mental Health Foundation. Just go, because I do believe they allow that. That you as a community will have access to certain parts, because they have clients there, so you won't have access to every part, but just go and see the building. We don't have the equipment in order to facilitate certain care. The staff, they have staff that are passionate about what they're doing, that they want to see their clients get better, they want to see things become better. But if they don't have the funds, because things cost money, it's not just going to fall out of the sky. But if they don't have the funds, and they don't have the resources, they don't have the help, the assistance from government to make things happen, how are they going to make things happen. Even with like police getting involved in arresting, or when someone is going through certain things, going through the breakdown, because they can get very wild. They need special trained people in order to detain these people, and the police is not trained for that specific thing. These are a few things that I'm speaking on that St. Martin lacks. And funds goes towards the beautification of St. Martin, but things that needs to help the people of St. Martin, not much is being done in that. The last time I made a post about the education, I wrote it. I didn't make a video, but even after Irma, I'm kind of going off course, but still on the same course. Even after Irma happened, there were some schools that didn't even receive any funds to fix the leaking. Kids are going to school and the place leaking, getting sick, and they have to move. All of this inconvenience for the people of St. Martin, and nothing was done. Things happen. Yes, the airport looks nice. Yes, we bring in tourists, but like, the well-being of our people is very important. And I feel like sometimes, and this is me saying this lightly, sometimes government focus on the wrong things. They focus on the wrong things. Yes, I know we need the money, we need the income, but take care of your people. Invest in the mental health foundation. Invest in things that we need socially. Invest in us. So this is my little rant. Go and check out the building and see what it is that they really have to work with. And trust me, they try their best with what they have. And there's so much that you can do with what you have. And training is necessary, a building is necessary, the right resources is necessary, and we gotta get better than just speaking about doing things and praying and actually putting in action. The Bible talks about faith. Yes, faith is important, but faith without works is dead. You understand? So this is my little 2 cents about what is going on. I didn't want to speak about him specifically. It took someone that is very well known for us to talk about it, and then it might go, and then it goes quiet. That's how it usually goes. This is not the first person within St. Martin. This is not the first person within St. Martin that has gone through it. A lot of it goes under the table. Some people are not well known, but people that are well known, they keep it under the covers. Talk about it and make it more not let it known so that things can be done. Because if we don't talk about it, nothing is gonna be done. I'm tired of seeing things go quiet or go under the rug. But I pray that this is the beginning of something will happen, because this doesn't only affect him. He's a grown man, but this has been happening to the younger generation, the young kids between 16, 17 and up, or even younger, that are out here experimenting with drugs, with substance at such a young age, and they don't even know what it's doing to their brain. And they mix things, they do things, they make concoctions, and then we as a community, we have to be we are the one that's going to pay for it, because then they can't do nothing in a community like that. It'll be hard for them to catch themselves back up. But so before things reach to that extent, because it's been ongoing, before it continues, let's actually do something that's going to make that change within St. Martin. Invest in mental health. Talk about it, and see how we can help. Don't record, help the person. And I know something like that can be very draining to the family members, and because seeing the person that change because of their addiction, it can be hard on you. And sometimes because you're not going through it, you don't understand what's going on in their mind or why they keep going to it. If you never had an addiction, you can't relate to them. I've had, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you haven't been through it and you don't understand, I've had it, I've seen it, I've seen my loved ones go through it, and I've seen people go through a mental breakdown. It's a scary situation to see. It's heartbreaking to see your loved one go through something like that, and battling it is hard, because it's a battle between what you want, your body craves, and what you don't want to do. Even though you see, sometimes you don't even see the effect that it has on your body. You don't, like, you're seeing it, but I, the user, I'm not seeing it. So with you, because in the Caribbean we have this thing that we tough love, and we like, well, you can't just stop doing that. Like, this is how we go about it, but that is not helping the person. You have to do it out of love. You have to really be subtle, because they're very sensitive at that moment. You are pushing them away when you approach them in that manner. So as much as it depends on you, try your best to be patient and speak to them in love. And when necessary, take that time off to take a break so that you can go. Because if you give too much of yourself, then you're not being, if you do too much, then you're not being fair to yourself. Then you're draining yourself, and then your mental health is in state. And we're not trying to have that cycle. Take that break when you need it, but do it out of love. And sometimes it's going to be hard, because even when you do it out of love, you might not get that kind of response. But it's better for you to approach it that way than for you to be all rough and tough love and to try and get a solution. That really defeats the purpose, in my opinion. This is my 2 cents in regards to everything. I had something to say, so I'm just saying it. No one asked me for it. This is just me speaking on it. Mental health is something that I'm very passionate about, and it really touches me. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. This is Christine, and I said what I said. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Continue to keep him in prayer, and those that are also suffering and have been suffering. I have family members that's been suffering with substance use, or like the whole thing. Don't just limit it to just him, but them and those in power, and those that are working in that field, because it's work. The thing that I wanted to mention, and I forgot, is that not every breakdown, like when you see someone have a mental breakdown, is caused by drugs. Sometimes you'll be surprised. Sometimes you see people walking on the streets and they went through stuff, and something just happened and it triggered them, and they just lose it. And whew, my blood just crawled. And like, you really don't be knowing what people goes through. So I want to end this message with just be kind. Be kind to people, because you don't know what they are going through. COVID on a whole is an additional thing to maybe what they were going through, or just like it's been really tough on them. So like, be kind. St. Martin is a friendly island. Let's do that. Let's be kind and loving and caring. And I know we are that people. Let's just continue to portray that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a blessed and wonderful day, and until next time, bye.